Hello everybody and welcome back to the Automation Beam Championship, hosted by longtime Brit Nev Cohen and voiced over by yours truly, Josh the Trucker. Today, we try and find an adequate replacement for the classic Morris Minis that were displayed in the oh-so-amazing classic 60s film, The Italian Job. These classic microcars made their way through the streets and the beaches of Italy to see which one came out on top. Let's see what happens. The Aero Motorsports, that's Vienna Soul 1500cc, is not 1500 cc's, but rather a 1600cc inline 4, or small runabout city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. The Alpaca Racing Club Pegasus Mini is a small inline 4 powered or runabout city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. The Auto Delta Reparto Corse 154 Sport Boxer is the opposite of what its name describes. It has a small inline 4 and is a small runabout city car made for ducking and diving through city streets.
The BT Motors BTR Lepus is a small city car made for ducking and diving through the city streets. It has an inline 6 engine producing 104 horsepower, which is a nice change. It's also very good looking, earning it a third place in aesthetics.
The Dreamer Motors McNamara Intercontinental is a total departure from what we see in a small city car. It's got a tiny V8 making quite a lot of horsepower for how small it is, and it's got a very good 4-gear manual. The Egg Motorsport Fraser Sprint S is a very lightweight, small inline 4 powered city car that ducks and dives through city streets. The Enigma Nano GT Mark V is a V6 powered, lightweight city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. The Ferdinand PV Orion 1600S is a lightweight V6 powered city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. A 60-degree V6, which is not normal. The GT Auto ISI Ladybird Super Special is a very beautiful car that's also powered by a smaller Boxer 4 and is a lightweight city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. The Kaiser Dragon Motorsport Leon Sport 1600 is a Boxer 4 powered, lightweight city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. A lot in common with a lot of cars in this competition. The KHI Racing Division Kibbin 160 RS is a V6 powered, lightweight city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. A 90-degree V6. The Lenius Corsa 105 GTV has a lot of things in common with the other cars in this competition. It has a Boxer 4, it's a lightweight city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. But it also has an interior, like some cars, and a roll cage, like none. The Lion Racing Jaira S is a lightweight Boxer 4 powered city car made for ducking and diving through city streets. It also has a
manual
mission, which is
not at all
rare in this section of the competition. The LMAO Borghini Babushka B4 is a Boxer 4 powered lightweight city car made for dodging and diving through city streets, as I've described in the last many times. It also has an interior. The Metz Motors Nippon Set M68 is a Boxer 4 powered lightweight city car with a different body from most, looking more like an Aston Martin DB5 than a Mini Cooper, which is a great change of pace, please God. The Morpo Motors Mondezio is a lightweight Boxer 4 powered city car made for running through city streets at speed. It's also got one of the higher horsepower numbers at 108. The New Horizon Montagna Bianca Storno Light is an inline 4 powered, lightweight city car with a very interesting fascia, to say the least, that is. The NMR JJMR Pluto Sport 100 is the only vehicle in which Exige B58 didn't win aesthetics. Ha! Also, it's a mid-engine boxer 4. The Picard Motor Company Pixie RS is a lightweight inline 4 engined city car made for navigating city streets. It's outnumbered by the mass amount of boxer 4 engine. The Rich Mill Racing Trident Scuzzy is a naturally aspirated inline 3 powered or lightweight city car, completely different from boxer 4 powered cars that we've seen in the past. The Smallens Racing Omicron SR Edition is a lightweight boxer 6 powered city car made for the streets. It also got 3rd place in markets and 3rd place in automation. The Team Artemis Hornet S is a lightweight boxer 4 powered city car made for navigating narrow city streets. It's also very fast according to its 1 minute 5 second time. The Type Ligero S is simply enough a lightweight boxer 4 powered small city car made for maneuvering narrow streets, just like most of the other cars in this competition. The Velocita Motorsport 160 MLA is a rear-engine boxer 4 lightweight car, and I think it's the only car to use the Porsche 356 body. It also got 2nd place in lap times, barely behind Nev. The Vernon Jaw Drop Boxer Mark 3.5 has a very high horsepower boxer 4 and looks like a Mini Cooper wagon, a very interesting design. The Voltus Automotive Bianchi Scrambler Stradale not only has a very long name, but it also has a 1.6 liter boxer 4 making 90 horsepower and a very great looking design. The Vulcan Vol RE Sport V6 continues the name tradition of having V-named cars, and it also has a 1st in markets and a 1st in the automation scores. Good job. The Waffle Motors Chinchilla City Sport V8R had silver medals all across the board, with a 2nd in the automation scores, a 2nd in aesthetics, and a 2nd place in markets. The Thistle Wee Man is now a common trend, a boxer 4 powered lightweight city car made for going through city streets. What you don't see about it is that it got 1st place in aesthetics, beating out people like Eddie BT for BT Motors, who is really good at making his cars and designs, and Exige B58 of NMR, who is the aesthetics king. He also got 1st place in automation lap time with a 1 minute 3.2 seconds, which is incredible, followed up very closely by my own team. I'm just very surprised at his lap, and I'm going to let you see the rest. Now the round results of this round for the Constructors' Championship, we have in 1st place, of course, Nev with Thistle. Of course, he's in 1st place, he's OP. With a lap time in 1st place, Markets and Automation tied at 33, and Aesthetics at 45, with a total point in score of 156. Sir Waffle is in 2nd place with a lap time of 24 points and all silvers across the board besides that with 144 points. And then we have supporting T with Vulcan in 3rd place. He's with 2 golds and 2 middle of the pack finishes, earning himself 137 points. And then in 4th place is Smallens Racing with 121, and Eddie BT with BT Motors is very close behind, rounding out the top 5 with 120 points. As we go down the board, we see that there is a tie for 9th place between Mortball Motors and Ferdinand PV. More ties for 20th place between GT Auto and Egg Motorsport. Auto Delta Reparto Corse and Alpaca Racing Club for 23rd, along with Vernon Autos as well. And then we have a two-way tie between KHI and Aero Motorsport. For the lap time for constructors, we have Thistle in first place with a 1:03.2 lap time, Velocita Motorsport in second with a 1:04.6, and LMAO Borghini with a 1:04.7. All of these are very, very close to each other, with a 14-second difference between first and last, which is a very interesting outcome. For the constructor markets rounds, we had in first place Vulcan with a market score of 297.7 average. We have Waffle Motors in second place with a very close 289.9. And then in third is Smons Racing with a 274.8. Thistle is in fourth with a 261.8, and BT Motors is in fifth with a 242.5. Seems to me that this is turning out to be a 5-horse race between the top 5 that I have listed here. As we go farther down the list, we see that Dreamer Motorworks and Enigma is in a tie for 10th place with 228.2, and we see that there are a lot of people in the 220 range and above, of which again shows that there are a lot of advancements and abilities being gained while in automation. For the constructors scores round, we have in first place Vulcan with an automation score of 49. Waffle Motors is in second with a close follow of 48.2, and Smons Racing is in third place with a 47 solid. Thistle is in a close fourth with 46.4, and BT Motors rounds out the top 5 with 45.9. Now, as we go down on the list, we see that there are a lot of people. The top 15 themselves are all in the 40 range, which is incredible to say that there is a lot of build quality going on here, and a lot of people are advancing their skills in this round. And in this championship in general, pardon me. And now for the favorite of the rounds, the aesthetics. Oh boy. Wait a minute, I'm surprised here. Turns out that it's a 3-horse race once again between Thistle, Waffle, and BT Motors, who each have above 7 out of 10 points average. Turns out NMR with the Aesthetics God XUB58 finished in 7th place with 6.52. I finished in 23rd with 4.79. Guess people don't like my cars. Anyway, Thistle finished in first with a 7.45, with Waffle Motors following up close behind with a 7.41, and BT Motors are staying in third with a 7.24 average. It seems that we don't have many ties here, except for one for 11th place between Aero Motorsport and Metz Motors with 6.17. Now for the big one, the Constructor Championship standings. We have in first place Thistle with 2 golds and a silver, earning himself a total of 479 points. In a close second place is Waffle Motors with 2 silvers and 1 bronze, earning 412 points. And in third place is BT Motors with a gold and 2 middle of the pack finishes with 375 points. As we go down the list, we see that there are a lot of switch-ups, with some of the worst suffering as low as 5 place drops, and some of the best is gaining as much as 3-point leaps. Such as myself with Velocita Motorsport, having 255 points, gaining in 3 places from 18th to 15th as we go. To round out the top 5, we have in 4th place with a 2-point gain Vulcan, with 2 bronze place finishes, or 2 third place finishes, earning 356 points. And in 5th with a 1 place drop is Team Artemis with 3 middle of the pack finishes, getting 344 points. To round out the top 10, we have Smons Racing in 6th with a 3rd place finish, getting 340 points. 16th. There might be a battle between these two soon. In 7th place is Lion Racing. Jumping 1 place with 3 middle of the pack finishes getting 324 points. 8th place with a 3-point drop is New Horizon with 300 points on the dot. And Linnaeus Corsa and Ferdinand PV both jumped 2 places to 9th and 10th respectively with 278 points each. Good job to you guys. Good job. So for the driver championship round results, we have in first place, of course, Thistle with the driver Nev earning 45 points with a lap time of 1 minute 3.2 seconds. In second place is Velocita with my own driver Gamer Me earning 40 points with a lap time of 1 minute 4.6. And in third place, Alameo Borghini is just a 1/10 of a second behind second place, earning 36 points for driver Jordan B. Knight. Now as we scroll through the results here, we see that there are some extremely close results with first and 30th place, with first and last place just being 14 seconds behind each other. And the fact that 6th place and 7th place are just 1/100th of a second away from each other is just absolutely incredible, showing off the skill on many drivers' parts. Good job to you all. Now on to the Drivers' Championship standings. We have in first place Nev with Thistle, earning a gold in all 3 rounds with a total point score of 135 points. Now in second is Rosarzo with New Horizon, the Australian driver, earning himself 94 points in total with a middle of the pack finish. And in third place, a tie of third place, is Finiku with Alpaca Racing Club and Gamer Me with Velocita, both earning 93 points. Now as we scroll down through the pack, we see that there are a lot of point hint change-ups, which is incredible because this round really shook things up. There's a lot of point advances, such as Smont Smithy advancing from 11th to 6th, and Frederick Linnaeus and Buffalo who tying for 7th, along with No Niels RS1 jumping 5 places from 22nd to 17th, along with Twin Turbo Horai working with Dreamer Motorworks with one of his admins, Costco, and Jordan B. Knight working with Alameo Borghini, tying for 21st. There's also more ties as well, with Oliver the Hovervan and Quanto tying for 27th, and Tyslicius and Kaiser Dragon tying for 30th. And that is it for round 3 of the Automation Beam Championship. Next up on the list, we have some deliveries to do between 2 massive desert hills on West Coast USA. What are we going to be using? Vans. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Next round is cargo vans or passenger vans or whatever it is. We are going to be using vans to deliver stuff up mountains with speed and precision, considering that vans are massive. See you next time.